I don't know if you know that or not.
I think they do.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and go ahead and start it up.
Tank has it
Start
started
it
up.
up. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba, start it up.
Nope. Do 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 do. Hey, I'm
Uh,
putting myself back on to push to talk
mhm.
so that when I type for stuff.
Uh-huh. And Tank, go ahead and hit ignore on
Okay, is
the
this
TPS
working?
spot so it doesn't show up on it.
Aww. Also, I love the design that you made.
Okay, there's that going.
This is just the overlay, and then I just used ChatGPT to put the other stuff in. I just used the overlay that Alexandria made. It's just ChatGPT also enhances it.
I like
It's
that
on the
we also have a Phalos campaign in this because it shows Phalos as a setting and not just that we are, wonderful. We are streaming. We are live. We are live. Hello, beautiful people, hearthlings, he, she's, we's, and wumbos. I am Isidore the Changeling, your lovely host. This is my friendly clone Tank. My lovely BB, you can call them Rishi, the lovely manager of HHB. Odessa's a little bit, Odessa had an argument with a cow earlier. It hit them with a bit of, mute, but we'll see if Odessa can break that curse.
Don't
Um,
you
and
don't you
then
be lying on my name.
uh, and then we have Rhea. Rhea, what did you eat this morning?
yeah.
Rhea doesn't remember.
Oh, shoot, I forgot I was on push to talk. I ate nothing because I was asleep. Nocturnal life.
All right. Uh, I'm pretty sure you
I had a
wouldn't remember
bagel.
if you did. I had nothing as well. Um,
So
Anyway, so this is
Yay.
episode 12, checking along with a talking dog. Last time on We Unlucky Few, the tempestuous and tumultuous life of our adventurers had led them down facing a pirate admiral, driving over a king of the Order of the Claw, the Lawbringers, somehow skateboarding using a legendary steam tank out of the way of a Tarrasque and managing to avoid life. Um, and then out of the Feywild, where they gave they also saved Lawbringers and a couple progressors from some cultists who were attempting to sacrifice them to control said Tarrasque.
We're heroes.
Your tank is a hero. Anyway, I love
Hey,
you guys.
we saved people.
You did.
Then they ran out into the woods, but we
Some
saved
of them
them.
did.
Right.
They
Then
chose that.
then the group had went forward. They decided to continue driving past the giant tree kaiju man, who got in an equally giant combat with an ancient axolotl kaiju, being piloted by a I forget what they're called, so I'm going to call them the Nature Guild. Um, and then you guys continued forward. You had managed to get back into the temple. Father Johnson appeared, having escaped his fight apparently, although to pass and fall shortly after into a coma immediately. Next, you got a visit from a Valkyrie that seemed to have Fae blood, from how she used names. Then, when you came back to confront said Valkyrie, a black dog was awaiting you, where the black dog immediately began to read you and deem you worthy of or not judgment as things expanded, and you all were drug into a void of cosmic. You see the cosmos around you while you are floating in this dark void. And you stand on the void as though you are walking on a floor. But there is no floor. The cosmos is the floor. The cosmos is the walls, but there are no walls or floor. And this finally likely dawns on you, though this is not... It competes for it, but I doubt this is the strangest experience that you've had out of everything. It's probably fairly soothing, not sensing any hostility from this creature. As you were deemed worthy of asking 3 questions after the Shook said something to each of you. The Shook of Judgment looks upon you and says, discuss.
So, as they look over at Imov and Tank, so what should we use these wishes for? I mean, questions for. Sorry, it almost feels like wishes because of how fantastical this all is.
I don't think these are wishes, says Imov.
No, they are most definitely questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. But questions in this situation can feel kind of like wishes. But
I'll give you that one, but they're not really.
Yeah.
I mean, wishes for knowledge, I guess.
The best kind of wishes.
I mean, if we had wishes right now, I would wish to be back into Fae Deer's good graces.
I mean, I think that's one of the questions that we can use, which is, how do we get back into her good graces?
True. I
Mug
would
of
also
coffee
just
appears as the black dog, the cosmic dog, begins to drink it, watching you.
Tank also
This is,
thinks that we should use this map and see where we need to go, and also where we could drop off Father Johnson.
A good safe okay, so a good safe place, if there is a place that we can keep Father Johnson, that nothing will happen to him.
I just wonder why. I wonder why his getting to where we're going will lead to the destruction of the world.
Destruction of things, not the world, I don't think, but same semantic.
It's scary. I don't want the world to end. I live in it.
There's 2 decent questions that probably ought to be asked in that order. What would we want our 3rd question to be?
I mean,
why don't we ask about him? Maybe he'll be so flattered that he'll give us another question.
I do not think that is a good plan of action. I think relying on the generosity of a creature who owes us none is a foolish idea.
Yes.
I think the 3rd question can be, we can ask, what about our past that we don't know is relevant for the coming mission.
Oh, you're trying to go wide. Okay.
That's very broad, Imov. If oh, never mind. As
It
she
does seem like
kind
a
of
broad
goes
question.
quiet.
The hound leans forward.
Tank looks at the hound.
Everything. And then leans back.
Oh.
Everything about our past is useful here, or will be useful, or a broad question gets a broad answer. I respect that.
I mean, we didn't ask. We didn't ask it yet.
He answered.
But we weren't asking that. We were discussing.
The hound. So, would anyone like to roll insight on why perhaps the hound chose that moment to speak?
What's insight?
It's wisdom.
Tells me Imov shouldn't be the one rolling it.
No, it should not be me rolling it.
I mean, that's wisdom. Hank has
The
no
highest
pluses
person-
in there. But you know what?
Chain
Might
would
as
be
well
the
try to
one with
roll.
the highest wisdom. No, Chain would be the one with the highest wisdom. Chain would be the one most likely being able to do it.
Doesn't mean I can't try. Just because I'm wrong.
Okay. Can we all try?
Yeah, you all can try if you want.
Tank got an 18.
Okay. Okay. Tell me if any of you got below a 10. And which
7.
of you... Okay, you got a 7. You don't know it all.
No, I said 17.
Oh, 17. Okay.
Plus 3, so it's
My
an
apologies, I was
unnatural
correct.
20.
It's
what did
insight,
you...
right?
Yeah,
yes,
which is
insight.
wisdom.
Okay, so that is a 10.
Okay. All right. Okay. 10 to 15. Who?
Tank
Still in the
So
process of
far-
rolling.
Chain needs to roll.
10.
10. So, Chain and Laufeyette can tell that the Sthook of Judgment likely answered it because the Sthook of Judgment deemed you asking it as a question as not worth either of your time and chose to speak to not allow you to screw yourselves over. And that's what the two of you can get, because the hound's not really hiding that.
I assume Tank knows that as well?
You know that as well.
Okay.
What, Tank, you rolled a 17?
18.
No.
18, and Imov?
17 plus 3, so 20. An unnatural
Okay.
20.
So, Tank, you can tell that this hound... You don't think he would allow something to impede his judgment in answering your questions, but when acting as a spectator, you don't think the hound is bound to not say things or to not nudge people in the right direction. Imov, you, through insight, managed to tell that this is a creature that is not only very old, but this is a creature that has eyes that, from what you've seen of other immortals in this time, this entity seems to be very slow, not slow to decide, but slow to act. It seems to be something that watches and, as you could tell, judges. Doesn't usually seem to be one to be swayed one way or the other. But you can tell that somewhere within its eyes, there is a want to move and act. But you can tell that it is this hound's integrity and loyalty to its master's duty it has sworn, whatever its master is, that it is still holding its job. But it seems gravely sad on the inside.
Imov leans over to Tank and whispers and says, I don't know about you, but he seems kind of sad to me. I don't know about you, though.
I think he's just being neutral with us, but I could be wrong. Tank whispers back.
I think he might want to do or help more. I'm not 100% sure, but I think dude's going through it a little bit.
Tank will shrug at this. Alright. Back to our questions. You still got one question.
There's not a place to assume. He did say that there was something about my past that I did not know about what I was getting into. I would like to know what that is.
I mean, I want to know about what to do to get into the Fae Deer's good graces again. Other than that, I'm okay.
That's question one. The second question will be the location of how to do that and a place where we can put Father Johnson. And our third question is up in the air right now. Maybe we should save that for the... Maybe we should save that for... in case the first two questions have complications.
Real quick. You guys, those of you who have, you all come from the different factions that you have your own entities that your factions train you to deal with. So Rhea is trained to deal with entities of law, but also chaos. Rhea, you would know that entities of law, usually they will answer your question within the confines and parameters of what you asked.
Okay.
It's as you ask it, as they answer it. Vague gets vague. You would know that if you ask an entity of law something that would be seen as two questions, it would count as two. Such as, oh, we want to know this location and this location. Well, that is one question, and it will take it as such, but you could also go, may we have a map, or may we have the knowledge of the area? Which this entity would likely answer just as much, but it would give you more. And it's not vague. You're asking specifically for the knowledge of the area that would, be good for you guys in this situation. What, or better yet, what does it think you should know, and where does it think you should go? Would also be one of them, but that could also be if you trust this entity or not. I'm just, for any of you that you would have dealt with entities like this in your guild or been trained with whatever position you were in your guild, if you think so, how much you think your guild would have trained you to ask questions to this entity, I recommend you think of that, because that might help inform you of how to word these things.
Okay.
Tank was not.
Laufeyette kind of was and is very he's trying very hard to trust this creature, but also knows that not all creatures are meant to be trusted.
Your guild would have taught you any entity that wants to make a deal with you is likely out to use you.
So I would have the same mindset, or
No. Laufeyette and Chain, remember, did not have the same upbringing. I'm just sorry, not Lafayette's guild, but Lafayette's family.
Oh, okay. I was about yeah.
You know, they come from one of the more we're going to harness this beast faction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, Lafayette?
Okay.
Yeah.
Could I ask a quick context question for Chain?
Mm-hmm.
They have just witnessed divinity happen like 2 to 3 times. They're having their entire worldview shattered. Would they still be able to keep in mind their training?
I would think you definitely could. You're a cleric. You were chosen for a reason.
Okay, I was just curious.
Mm-hmm. You have high wisdom. I would assume you could, especially given the fact that literally your existence is proof of your god. So
yeah,
you it's not that your knowledge of your god has been brought into question fully. It's more so, faith does not always withstand the test of meeting your god.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So that is the question I would ask in this moment.
Faith in Anduin?
Yeah.
I think right now, at this point, they would probably see the Fae Deer as, and I feel guilty of saying this, see the Fae Deer as something that oversees Anduin at the current moment, because they're like, well, I've seen all these miracles, I've seen all this stuff. I just got divine smited, and I need to make things up. So I'm assuming that this Fae Deer is someone that's more important than I think.
Oh my gosh! This is the gateway to conversion right here.
Also, I love this. I would like to mention that if the driving factor of this was Chain felt prideful, our general driving factor is Rhea felt guilty.
Yep.
Exactly.
I love it. Or
Tank was greedy.
Isidoro had an idea.
Unfortunately, Isidoro had an idea.
Yep. Anyway. So, are you guys in a huddle, by the way? Tell me you're in a huddle.
We are in a huddle.
Perhaps.
Okay.
We are in a huddle.
A black-furred face leans into the huddle, and you just hear in your minds, so what are we talking about?
What questions we want to ask? We want to make sure we ask the right ones.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh, that is a great first question. What questions should we ask?
Oh, yeah, that'd be really interesting. So do you have any food?
Oh,
Hey,
I can make food for you, mister.
You know
Oh
what?
no, just like
Tank reaches into his bag, grabs a piece of bacon, and offers it to him.
the Shook gently takes the bacon and eats it.
I was
So
waiting
you
for
have
a
any
reaction.
questions? Oh yeah, no. The Shook is very happy. Like, he even does some tippy taps, but then he goes back to professionalism.
That's cute.
All right. So I think we got our first 2 questions down. We're not sure about the third.
I think we should use the third question for just, is there any additional information you think we should know?
That's a loaded
Oh.
gun.
Or what other information do you think we should know?
I am going to warn you. If you ask that question, do you know the meme where the astronaut is looking at Earth and says da 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 da? Always was.
Oh yeah, it's like, wait, it was always donuts? Always. That meme?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yes.
You can ask it. You can ask it. I'm just saying that might possibly be a scene in your future.
I don't know what
Tank
meme
will
you're
say-
talking about.
You know what? Tank will say that a vague question will get us a vague answer that might not be useful.
That's why
It's the
that's
opposite
why-
direction, but
that is why I am saying that we should ask about what it thinks we should know, or what we should know. Because if we ask what else we should know, we are at least going to get at least something it thinks will be useful. Now a letter.
Tank will shrug. If that's how you want to do the third question, I'll support it, I guess.
Okay, why don't we just ask the first 2 and then we'll figure it out. We don't need to figure it all out right away. Let's just ask the first 2 first.
That is what I was trying to say.
Okay, Imav turns to the Shook and says, okay, then he looks at things like, you know what, you ask it.
All right.
Imov's had his moments where and now he's like, I'm not sure about my persuasive abilities. Never mind.
Yes, let's ask the interdimensional clone to ask the immortal vague
Cosmic
godly dog.
entity. Mm-hmm. No, this is a meme right here.
Yes.
You've dealt with our best, but not our weirdest.
All right. Are neither of you going to object to this? Tank's looking at you two.
Somebody clip that.
Yes.
Okay. Chicken.
Yeah. Are Chain and Odessa going to object to Tank doing that?
Laufeyette.
Chain's currently going through
Laufeyette.
a crisis, so
Laufeyette is not going to object.
Okay. Tank turns to the Shook and says, "All right, our first official question for you is, what do we need to do to get back into the Fae Deer's good graces?"
You see the Shook breathe in as though the trail wisping out of a black hole flows into his nostrils. And you too are also sucked into them as you are transported into a vision-like state and world. As you hear the thundering and pounding down of... Oh, Ray is deafened.
Side note, since our lovely Chin is muted at the moment, Mac wanted to come out so hard there.
Oh my gosh. Eventually you're going to be like habitual line crosser.
Yeah.
I swear, I don't know who's in control anymore.
You know what? I could just do that. Not all tanks are named Tank.
Some of them develop
Oh.
their own alter ego. That makes sense. It's like Sanji and the Prince in One Piece.
Yeah. It's like underlyingly we're all the same. It's just sometimes some of us get their own quirks.
Wonderful. So
Tanks is trippy, baby. The fuck was that?
Mac, is that you?
Who's Mac? Who's Mac?
Oh, damn it. I thought I heard an old friend.
Something about mac and cheese.
So
Oh, heck.
you step forward. So you step forward, right, Tank?
Yes.
The Shook suddenly is sitting standing at attention and looking at you, and says, and as you feel the full force of a god once again focus on you, goes, ask your question.
What do we need to do to get back into the Fae Deer's good graces?
The world begins to spin as the hound grows. He breathes in the air, but the air is the cosmos, the thin trails of leaving from black holes, flowing into his nostrils as you feel your souls leave your body and flow into this entity. Once you have entered the nostrils, by the way, you can feel free to react while I'm narrating.
Tanks, is that Tank doesn't appreciate 4.
Oh my god, it's getting close.
Oh my god.
You gave me that.
Okay. So your souls flow into the nostrils, and then your souls flow into the nose, and then
Oh, that's a feedback.
There we go.
That was
I muted Laufeyette for a moment.
Okay.
So, your souls flow in through this stream, and then the stream turns into an alpine forest on rocky ground, terraced land, as black clouds churn the sky, barely any light getting through. And as you see the shadows that are the trunks of trees, the Shook goes, you have reminded her of things that were once took greatly, and turned her friend, a sacred treasure in her life, into a wrathful revenant of a creature created by the wrath of one's god, Anduin.
Okay, that is incredibly disorienting, and I do not think I can do it. Okay, that is incredibly disorienting, and I don't think I can do it. Okay, that is incredibly disorienting.
Oh my god, what is this echo?
Welcome to clipping when you're playing D&D.
Yeah, we can. I can do the clipping.
I will not be. I care for you all. I will not be doing that again.
I can do it.
Okay.
Don't
No, it's
worry.
okay. Hey, I can do it.
Also, good news, just out of game quick. We got 130 views on our very first clip that we put to YouTube
Nice.
Nice.
already. It's only been like 10 minutes.
I'm proud of us. We're doing good.
So what was the second question again?
We have not.
We haven't.
We're still waiting on the first question to be answered.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just getting it set up over here so we could stop being disoriented.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're the goat.
So, the Shook says, you heard the Wrath of Anduin part and so on, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
As Chain puts her head down, like she's looking down the entire time.
The forest, death and wrath incarnate. The rotten flesh of a creature forged from the wrath behind forgiveness. You have shattered a creature that represents a primordials. Have you ever heard the concept of a touchstone? It says as hell begins to rain down from the sky.
Mister, I don't even know what you mean by primordial.
Tank says this tank has not. Okay, that is a weird way to say that.
What do you mean this? Oh, are we talking about the other tanks in your head as she goes to go do an insensitive
I'm
little
not done answering.
That's my father, but I do not think he would be of any help.
You don't feel your... Wait, no, your father would have been there. Your father is standing in front of you all, actually. The soul is there. You see him. So
Wait, we
describe
all
your
do
father.
now?
Yeah.
You see a middle-aged man.
He wouldn't be prepared to look any different than he would naturally.
Correct.
Mhm.
With flowing black hair. And what seemed to be a skin-tight black suit.
Muscly or?
Well built for his age.
Low body fat.
Ooh.
And it's the type of low body fat where you can tell he watches what he eats.
So that's been the person that's been in your head this entire time that you've been talking to and I thought you were crazy about?
Dad, what are you doing here?
Tank looks at him and is like, it says,
Hi, Mr. Laufeyette's dad.
Quick question, Iso.
skinnier than I thought.
Do you think Laufeyette would be in a position to hold it up?
Ooh, probably not. He surges forward to hug you.
He drops the accent and everything. He says, Dad, and why? Why did you leave?
I didn't want to. As your father sheds the first tears of his lifetime. which is
Tank-
long gone. But
Tank reaches into his bag, pulls out a fistful of jerky, and eats one.
Imam reaches up into his bag and pulls a popcorn and he starts eating that.
Tank offers
He-
one to the Sthook.
Laufeyette says, "You're here now. How is that possible?"
ugh. I don't know. The gods are a mysterious thing. The Sthook seems to have some power over souls or death, I suppose.
That is not my question, Sthook. For the record.
I do not interrupt happy reunions.
It
Oh, by
is
the
more
way-
bittersweet, for I know I will have to say goodbye to him soon.
By all means, have your reunion.
By the way, did the Sthook take the jerky I offered it?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You are like bribing. You're bribing the judge right now for like an extension of recess, basically.
Slowly gravitating towards the beef jerky.
Tank offers you one.
Thank you. So,
Hold on. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
who?
Who?
You,
Rhea?
Chain.
Chain. Okay.
Yeah.
Critical fail?
Okay, hold on. You just tried to take a god's offering.
No, I offered Chain. She was going towards the source of the beef jerky. I offered her some. Or at least that's how I thought what Chain was doing.
Well, yeah, the chain was basically slowly but surely inching towards the beef jerky, and then Tank, he went and left out. He gestured with the beef jerky, so I'm assuming.
Firebolt.
Issa,
Yeah?
Tank offered Chain jerky.
I know.
From his hand, not the god.
Okay. You get coated in 8 gallons of paint, Chain.
What color?
Cosmic.
Every color. No color. What color is that?
Chain, you look like a hole in the world that leads to space right now.
As Chain basically puts her head down and just goes,
Chain, that is very tricky. I
You know
hope
what?
you know that.
It doesn't damage you or anything.
Jane's
Even
just
if it's
kind of sitting there. As she goes, she gets covered in paint. She goes to the nearest area that has some form of surface that she can sit against, and she slumps down and just kind of gives the 1,000-yard stare.
Tank snaps his fingers, and suddenly the paint is gone.
I mean, yeah, it's just paint the color cosmic, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so don't take beef jerky. Don't say... As she starts just murmuring to herself.
Poor Tank. Poor Tank.
Okay, you know,
Hank,
like
roll me a
that.
perception check.
You know when you're doing like homework with like a parent or something, it gets to the point where you're just so exhausted and so confused that you just
Yep.
kind of go and just give. and like go over the rules that you were taught. This is basically that moment.
Tank, what did you get on your perception check?
Oh. That's not good point. I keep hitting things. 16. And perception is. Unnatural 20.
Oh,
Ooh.
one short. It rolled a 21. Okay, you don't know this yet, but the god did pickpocket your bacon. This will have an effect later. It's a good one, but he did pickpocket your bacon. He took it as offering. Chain got coated with the paint because the god didn't want you to give it less of an offering because it's less favor it can give you later. I'm explaining that because he is a good boy. He's not an asshole. That was for a reason.
Yes.
Oh no, it's perfectly okay. I find it funny.
Okay.
Just the
So-
way the thing with Chain is, they recently have been unable to contact their mentor. They got turned into a worm, turned into a small person. They have recently. Basically, it is thing after thing after thing
Yes.
after thing, and they're just kind of like I don't know what to do now. I'm tired.
Now over to Laufeyette. Laufeyette, you and your dad are speaking. Let's go back over to that now that those people have been distracted.
Yes.
He's he also like
There's a
snaps
safe you'll want to
out-
unlock.
He also snaps out of the whole oh, you're actually here for a second and is like, you shouldn't be here.
No,
You shouldn't be here at all.
You're going
This
to
is
want to go
awful.
to. It is. It is. Just play it off. You're going to want to go to Montegru.
Montegru?
Montegru site. Yes.
What's that?
You are going to go to a bar called the Black Gill Tavern. You are going to talk to Albert. He is going to ask you for your why you are there. You are going to say to find out what's in the dark. When he mentions the drink, ask for a taller one, with no ice. He is going to say, we don't have any ice anyway. Say this is your favorite place. He'll take care of the rest.
Can take roll perception to see if he heard that.
No. Oh, hold on.
I'll take a no. I just want to ask.
Yeah, no. He has too high of a stealth and is using it.
Okay. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Okay, it was Montegru, Black Gill, Albert.
Mhm.
To find out what's in the dark,
And something about a drink with no ice.
tall drink, no ice, favorite place. And the name of the town or whatever is Montegru.
It is he asks you while you're there, you respond with to find out what's in the dark. He then responds with, well, you're going to need something to wet your throat. What will be your order? You respond with a tall drink with no ice, dealer's choice. He responds with, well, that's a good thing because we don't carry any ice anyway. And then you respond with, you think this bar is going to be your favorite.
I
You
see.
ask for a man named
Lie
Albert.
through my teeth, lie through my teeth, and more lying through my teeth.
Mhm.
Got it.
He will know where the safe is.
What's safe?
The engineer is looking. Grab your cover. Oh, I look so drab in this outfit. Just look at me. It is no fashion taste. These fucking hooligans. I expect no less traveling through the Feywild. I swear, their taste has affected you, my boy. And look at how I've manifested.
Collect yourself, father. We are not in the we are not in
Right.
appropriate company to be
Yes. How dare me. Well, might I suggest the second question? You all ask for a map of the area or the knowledge of the area?
You may not.
No, I was just advising that of you. But all right.
Wait, should we go with the map or knowledge?
Oh, I will leave the rest to you. I was just giving some advice.
I look towards the others. Should it be a map of the area or knowledge of the area? That's an important distinction there.
Can any of us read the map?
I can.
Can we add? Can we not have a marked map?
Yes, I was
What
the last
good
one
is
to
it
ask.
if we do not know where we are on it?
No, a marked map isn't. We know where to go, and like kind of information on said map. You know, like notes.
Again, what good is a map if we do not know where we are on it?
So probably should go with knowledge then, so that way we know where we are going then.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Tank will turn to the Shook, and for our second question, we would like knowledge of the area to know both where we need to go and where we can leave Father Johnson in safety.
Yes, but I wasn't done. You asked how you could atone.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Please continue.
You find them, capture the soul, or bring the body to the heart of this land, where my master dwells.
All right, Tank pulls out a little notepad. Find soul/body. Bring to Fae Deer.
If you can get him cleansed and restored before then, even better. If you find someone to restore him, you may even... That is outside of your question. The hound leans back.
Would you like me to ask my second question again, or?
Yes, please.
We would
For the
like
record.
knowledge. We would like knowledge of the area of both where we need to go to complete the task, and where a place where we leave Father Johnson in relative safety.
You hear typewriting, and you guys finally realize that you are back in the cosmic space, but there is now what seems to be a husky-like dog made of moonlight, and a little dachshund something mix. And the dachshund seems to be chewing, the dachshund pitbull mix seems to be chewing on the husky's tail while the husky is typing. Just for the record of environment change.
Okay.
So the question was for the knowledge of the area?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Of both where we need to go and where we're going to leave Father Johnson in relative safety. Because Tank knows nowhere is perfectly safe.
You can leave Father Johnson nowhere in relative safety. Anywhere he goes here, something will try to drive a dagger in his chest or rip him apart.
What? What?
However,
Oh? What?
with the knowledge of where you should go, there are a few towns, places you may be able to do some things for the populace, gain some resources. To answer this question, I will create a map for you in that temple. However, for this, I ask there be a room in your temple that belongs to me. In exchange, I will provide the map. It shall be a map of the world and the realms. But that is my room. I control who goes in and out.
I agree to those terms.
And I wish for snacks, food, and offerings every morning. I want the good treats.
It shall be done. At least on my part.
As long as we are physically able to.
Plenty of bread and cheese. Thank you.
Bread we have. Cheese we will find.
Item acquired. World map.
I was actually looking for a reason to give you guys a world map, so I was like, no, you asked this question, go ahead.
Tank is happy to provide.
What is your third question?
What other information do you believe that it would be crucial for us to know?
The cosmos spins again. And you see a god that radiates law. He is fighting against dominations that seem to be and then the scene changes. No, that's not quite right. Let's go farther back. It rewinds. You see a young god attempting to swat a young fairy, or a small fairy.
Oh,
This fairy easily keeps dodging the god's hand. You see, you can tell from this scene, and you sense within you, that this god of law had heard complaints of kingdoms being toppled and so on, and had come to stop whatever was causing it, as nothing had truly worked. He didn't care for if it were evil kingdoms or not, but something was toppling law. Eventually, over time, I'm not going to go into conversation, this fairy stops being an annoyance. And you see a friendship bud. The scene fast forwards. You see two entities as humans walking around. They seem to adventure. They seem to enjoy things. Working to create more order, but order with the chaos. Not truly against it. You even start to see some budding factionalization of a few places that get set up that you could almost see mimicked, but on a much smaller scale. But there's a similarity in how these governments work. The guilds, one could say. Factions, branches. Eventually, the sky cracks. Many things flood in. You see, by this time, so much of a world and realm's endless eternity gets swallowed. There's continuous fighting, and it can't be stopped. And every time the fairy comes to offer their assistance, eventually the god starts declining, giving them permission to be any more than what he allowed it. There seems to be moments on the battlefield where you see this entity. A few of the times that the god grants permission to interact with the world in such a way, genuinely create. And you recognize it as something similar. You recognize it is almost similar to the way the nature guilds regenerate a land, replenish a land. You see this entity be able to turn back the corruption. But regardless, the god never answers the plea to allow her to help fully or give her the reins. he never lets her in. And it finally translates in your mind with so much information that had been flowing, which is why I've been vague about it, honestly. That she's been asking him to let her into the world.
Okay.
Eventually, you see the final alliance. Gods arrayed mortals. She comes down as a human. Form requested. You hear a conversation. I'm willing to let you in. That's honestly really good. A lot have lost their lives, but we can replenish it. I can't stay forever. You can always call me back. All you have to do is take real form first. And let's have a drink. You see them take the drinks, and he pours them, and they have conversation just as always. After that, the world turns into what seems to be some more similar to a puppet show. The entity does take form. And she seems to grow intoxicated, though she acts strange. Over the course, after the dolls seem to sign the contract, one of the dolls, the doll of the fairy, freezes up. The other puppet attacks the fairy's doll. Eat it, break it, stab it, spear it, ripping it apart. As the Shook says, like an Ophiotaurus, an innocent creature, sacrificed to make way for power.
Can Tank feel a sudden rage coming from the network?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone sees a tease appear in Tank's eyes and it's like his muscles are now bulging. If we were in combat, I would say Tank has entered a rage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
But he's frozen inside of what he's watching.
Oh.
Your god's world was falling apart. The gods wouldn't let an outsider in. He didn't trust her. He in the sight of power, when one is lacking, well, all lawmakers have a bit of pride, wouldn't you say? And there is a edge in the Shook's words. Your god had good intentions, of course.
Oof.
That doesn't take away from what he did to make way for that. And now my master, not their full self, is cut away from their main self. A shard trapped here. And the root of that shard used to make the guilds you call gods. Your world, simply put, was founded upon betrayal. I won't say for no good reason. Then you see... Mm-hmm. Go on, Laufeyette.
That is not good. That is all I can say.
Yes. And you all see blood dripping from Tank's hands, by the way.
Imov has something. Imov pulled out something and is just messing with it. He has this screwdriver and he's just tinkering with something as he's listening. Because if he doesn't, he's not going to be able to stay calm because that's his goddess, and the fact that this is happening is making him so angry.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
This, so... Chain was just shown every reality and was just judged completely and utterly. Based off of this man's words, she would believe him wholeheartedly, right?
I will say a few things. A few things that the vision did show. Because I won't lie, there are some things that happened to what you can now likely tell is the Fae Deer. It does at the end of it show a deer wounded, eventually healing scarred, but now sharper horns, canines in their maw, and so on. A innocent fawn made to grow fangs.
He's so genuine.
Yeah.
Genuine complaint.
What was that?
I might fall asleep before the session's done.
That's okay. You can say Laufeyette passes out from the exhaustion.
Okay, yeah, because he hasn't slept in 2 days.
Exactly. You can say that.
Or
we can say that if you do.
So Chain would be having a fucking mental breakdown right now.
What I was trying to say is you do see in it that this is a god that does actually care about their people. This is a god that does actually want to keep his reality safe and so on. But it was a god that very much so believed in the cycle and folly of others. And in a way of himself.
It's also a god that painted them with a bunch of paint.
No. I'm talking about Phalos.
The paint was cleaned off you.
Phalos? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the god that was depicted, the lawful god in the vision. what I am trying to say is Phalos during that was shown as a god that does care about their people and so on, a god that did seem to grow in the time, but it was a choice that was blinded by his own viewpoints, is how it's at least shown to you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just so you know, I figured I should,
Okay. I was just confused.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Because I will admit this is really big brain shit, and I don't know how Jane would react.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like I'm just gonna say that they're having a mental breakdown on the floor.
Oh, that's completely fair. May I finish the vision?
Yep.
Okay. The fanged deer, as her form becomes, is then told, you will have your part of this world, as you asked. You have always claimed to care for everyone, and that you will take anyone. You shall have the dregs. You shall have the outliers. Those who do not fit into the society. You shall be the matron of those outside. I hope you understand. Sorry. As suddenly lightning strikes down, removes a horn, as you see the shade and saturation of the now antlers on this doe dull a little bit. And you see this horn is taken. It is later forged into a weapon. A very short, curved blade. And over time, it's passed through generations. Until eventually, you see it in very familiar hands. Laufeyette's. That's where the vision ends. I mean, of course, you can guess the fanged deer, an entity that does genuinely try to help, but is forced to be kind of a shade in her own guild, as the entities also that didn't quite fit in all vie for power. Her being in a weakened state. So, how do you all talk? I'm assuming Laufeyette passes out. Laufeyette's passed out.
Both from shock and exhaustion.
Yep.
Ted is still focused on the point where he saw what happened to the fanged deer and is still in his rage.
Shit.
Imov pokes Tank with his screwdriver and is like, hey.
Tank looks over to them in an almost completely alien fashion. As if I'm picturing like Source Engine just slowly just like robotically turning towards them. And the entire body moves. Almost as like one complete unit, even though that shouldn't be possible. Looking directly at Imov in the eyes now.
Imov looks at him and is like, you know what, that's pretty cool. I know you're mechanical and all, but I need you to come back here. Don't make me want to experiment on you. Joking. bro, but still.
You see the rage of as in the millions of millions of tanks are being held back by just one. And you know this one.
Did I have to fight him?
You're not in his mind right now. No,
No,
you
no,
know
no.
exactly which tank this is that's holding the rest back.
Oh, jeez.
Janitor tank's just in the background sweeping.
No, even janitor tank is up there with its broom.
Conking melee tank on the brain. Kunk, kunk, kunk.
No, on the doors that are being held back by the prime.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
Imov looks at Tank and is just like, I'm sorry, the janitor Tank got me.
You know what?
Imov.
You know what? You know what? Here's a better one. Here's another one. A dentist tank is there too.
What, with the water pick that they
What's
use?
next? Doctor Tank?
There is a doctor.
No.
tank.
That's field medic tank. He gives you what's called the only handgun he carries is what's called the silver bullet.
I like that.
And it ain't a handgun.
Oh.
No, the dentist tank has his drill.
Okay. Imam looks at Tank and is just like, it's just like,
Woo woo. Continue.
Tank in a construction guy's uniform, just smacking his hammer into his hands. I can keep going here.
I'm a tank and I'm smashing a wall. Smashy wall. Anyway, go. Okay,
Dwarf tank.
Back in character. Come on, shoving you back in your characters. Get in there.
To be fair, okay. Tank closes his eyes. And you know what? Does anyone do you want to see what Tank's doing? Because someone will need to see what Tank's doing in order to see what's going on. You know what? I'll just explain it. Tank, for the first time, pushes back against the rage, and even though they're all shoved backwards, mostly just by surprise. They were surprised by the prime was
saving throw.
You know what? I'll give you that. Not 20.
Natural 20?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
They're all shoved back, even the prime, and they all look back surprised. And he shows one image to them.
Ooh.
The Fae Deer with tears. Is this what you desire? And the link is cut off. Again.
No, yeah, janitor tank is a monk. 16 levels Kinsei. 4 levels Path of the Ancients barbarian. No, 4 levels fighter.
No, Issa, that janitor tank operates on a different system, remember?
Oh yeah, right. No. That's true. He's Power Wash Simulator tank.
Yes.
Yep. Alright.
Series win.
Alright, so back into character with you guys. Go ahead.
I'm going to say Tank takes a couple a moment to do that, so the others can do what they want.
Laufeyette.
Okay, so Imov is trying to figure out how to get Tank to calm down, but he himself is also very upset by what he saw. So it's like a
You
little
gotta
bit
calm me down. I
hypocritical.
gotta calm me down.
But
This is totally a good idea. Imam, I want a wisdom saving throw.
all he did was poke him.
No. You saw your goddess get brutally violated. You are making a wisdom saving throw.
19 plus 3, so
Okay.
22.
Do you think it would be very hard or nearly impossible for Imov to resist the anger right now?
I mean, with what they just saw in Tank's eyes,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Imov is a mediator. All right, I'll give this to you.
Oh, he's angry. Imov is angry, and he's very angry on the inside, and he feels very betrayed and very because even though he never like followed Phalos, he still lives in the world of Phalos.
Oh, there's one last thing, by the way. There was a child ripped out of a mother's arms.
Oh.
the Tanks are plotting.
Tanks are plotting, okay?
Imov looks at Tank and is just like, I know you're plotting something. Can I at least be involved in this, please? At this point.
Did I say Tank?
Tanks, Imov would know it's the tanks, plural, at this point.
Okay.
No, this Tank is not involved in this.
Okay. Hold on. All right. Yes, Chain?
So
It did not look... It looked similar, but it did not look like Anduin.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Actually, it looked like a baby version of what you have seen in church paintings as your version of Satan. It looked like if the Domine Obscure Entertainment head was a baby.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Jane is still actively having a mental breakdown, because her brain cannot handle everything that is being tossed at her at the current moment. And
by the way, he has more closer to like a Samael, like Fallen Morning Star type vibe. So in the mythos, just in case it wasn't.
Because she just had confirmed that the goddess that her family worshipped when she was young does in fact exist and was actually actively wounded. That Phalos isn't perfect. It is, it was trying his best and can make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
With someone who's an absolute zealot, this is this is quite the wild revelation.
Jane is having a very terrible mental breakdown right now.
Yes.
Jane is having
they are.
They're questioning their life existence even more so than ever before in this campaign.
I think Jane's questioning existence is existence at this point.
Like at this point, I'd imagine their faith is waning, and they're probably going half mad.
There's so much going on here.
like this is basically the church, like the hardcore Jesus kid, meeting with God and finding out he's an alcoholic.
Now, to be fair, there are a couple things here. Imav, you did know that this entity did have a leaning and opinion, and you asked what it believed you should know. So there is a discrepancy here. If you guys do have room to kind of, if you don't want to fully believe it, you do have a little bit of room here to believe that this Shook may have been at least somewhat biased. But oh no, I'm just giving that to you.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind
So
if this gets clipped, but I'm going to say it. This person or this Shook literally looked at my character, looked at Chain, tore everything out, and basically gave them the full unfiltered truth about themselves, and basically called them out hardcore. So I think Chain is going to believe this like almost 1-to-1 because they don't really know what else to believe.
The tanks understand something they weren't told.
Like, I hope that isn't too problematic, but like that's basically
Oh no, it's perfectly fine.
Chain's thinking right now. Basically,
I was unable to clip that, unfortunately.
a god showed up, went, fuck you, you don't know what you're talking about, here's the real truth. And now they're just spitting facts at this point.
No.
The only one that would question this has passed out.
Shook of Judgment. This track win.
Yes.
So yeah,
The only one who could question this has passed out. Because the rest of us are in our tank is quite literally pushing back a rage. Imov is pissed off too.
Wait. No. His father.
You know what?
The father steps forward and goes, well, how do we know he's telling the truth?
He just dissected their entire life.
You do not know what his opinion is. You ask what he thinks you should know. What if he was told the wrong perspective?
But he was able to paint me with amazing paint job, by the way.
Do you think that a lawbringer hound could not be trained to do an amazing paint job? What about a blink dog that was taught sorcery?
I don't know.
You don't think Saint Maxwell could teach a hound sorcery?
Maybe, probably.
We are also in a realm where stories come true. This is a hero's cycle, epic cycle made manifest. It could just be a fair folk trying to paint a story for us. He gets turned into a bottle.
Into a what?
A bottle.
Oh, I thought you said a bottom. I was like, what?
No, just a bottle.
How do you turn a man into a bottom? Just like, oh shit.
Magic.
It says GOTW cola. Gotwa cola.
What does that mean?
Tank opens his eyes and he's like, why is there a soda in front of me? Fuck soda.
I mean, the man just turned into a soda.
Tank doesn't know that. You remember, he was pushing back the rage.
Oh, okay.
He's also wondering now
question.
what the. That was 3 questions, was it not?
Oh, you asked 3 questions?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, we asked 3 questions. You know what? I know we can keep that in. We were tested. We it was testing our honesty.
Actually, that kind of works.
I commend your honesty. Let me roll a d100. All right. I'll be nice. Since I just shattered your worldview. I guess I can throw you a d10. All right. High or low?
High.
High.
High. Yeah.
All right. All in favor of high, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. What are we doing?
Rolling a d10.
That's 77. Okay, that's 77. I rolled a third d10 just to see if it would roll 777, but it didn't. Okay, so he responds with, "You may ask one question, information only."
Ooh.
Oh man,
Nice.
this is